Well. Good afternoon, everybody. It's the 3rd of May, around 3:15 this afternoon. Now, here comes a question I need to ask some of my fellow compadres or fellow truckers that's been out doing this for quite some time. I did some calculations today. I did pick up another load. I did get my other load dropped at Walmart DC in Olney. I guess that's spelled Olney, Illinois, or Indiana or something. Illinois, I think it was. Anyway, but my clock was really jacked up. So anyway, I was able to make it back 50 some miles to Love's truck stop there off of I-70, and I barely made it in time where my clock just basically run out. But anyway, I made it within the requirements. Anyway, so I made it there, and I noted something on the Qualcomm to the dispatch and let them know that if they were going to try to get me another load out, they would have to wait until my clock reset. So of course they said that was no problem, because I figured it was going to be slow this weekend anyway. But enough said on that. I went ahead and I crashed for 10, got in early, was able to crash out, and then about, I don't know, I got up at 5 or 6 in the morning and my 10 was good to go, or I had my full clock again, minus my 70. But anyway, I was able to get a hold of them, and they told me about they giving me a proposed load. I guess it's not too bad, but anyway, it was and I didn't realize that they base it off where you dropped at. So technically I had a 97 mile empty, and then 400 and something to my 90, which is in Michigan, a Tyson load. Yeah, the pay on it was what it was, but I took it, so it didn't matter to me. I'm just trying to build up a whole week of work. So, but anyway, I sit down and I realized, I picked up this trailer, and I'm going to post some pictures of it here in a minute, because it's something that goes to my heart. I finally got one of the troop trailers when I was at Walmart DC, and it touches me because I'm a veteran, and I felt like it was cool to be able to get one of those. Anyway, I got it, but it was trashed on the inside, and anyway, what happened was what was really weird, when you get your load assignment, it didn't show my 01 on it, just showed the 90. So actuality, I had to go into the Qualcomm on the Navigo and actually print out the 01 code to get the location, get the route and all that stuff. So, but anyway, I kind of talked to dispatch in my fleet and on-site fleet manager for the weekend dispatch, and that's what they explained it to me. And then there was some of the what they call the abbreviation codes or whatever, and I'm still learning all those, PPL and all that crap. So I've got most of them down, but not all of them. So anyway, he told me, and I accepted the load. But then I got to looking at my clock, and I'm trying to learn, and Jamal did his best to teach me. Don't get me wrong, he did everything he could. Just, man, my retention's worthless, and because I'm old. But anyway, so I sit down and I did some figuring, and I put it down on paper, and I figured, well, I don't really do it, because I don't pick up the load till between 001 and 03:59 tomorrow. But I still had to take care of all this stuff, and I had 138 miles from where I was at to get to the 01. So I did some calculations. Instead of just sitting there and not doing anything and having a full clock, I went ahead and figured it all out, what it was going to take me. It was like 78 miles to my fueling point, and another 38 miles to my washout, and then there's only like 36 miles to my 01. So I went ahead and decided to leave. So I left, got fueled up, went over and got my trailer washed out, so it's nice and ready to go. Got topped off the trailer like it's required, and it's going to be a drop and hook is what it is. So anyway, I decided to stop and say heck with it, build up another 10. And if I'm wrong, someone please tell me if I'm wrong, give me some ideas if I'm wrong. But anyway, I did that, and of course that's where I'm sitting. I'm sitting at Love's right next to the truck wash, and I got about 36 miles to go to get to my 01, which I can't do nothing until after midnight, so it's no big deal. So I thought it was best to stop and do another reset and have a fresh clock whenever. I think right now, and I don't know how this works, you know, I went off duty probably I went off duty, let me see my graphs. I technically went off duty at 13:07 in the afternoon, so 1:07. So I did the calculations. I believe from off duty till the next one would be what, 13 hours. So I got a window. I should be able to pick up my load in the distance time of what I'm supposed to, 001 to 3:59. So I'm in that window after my 10 hours up, and I've only got probably what, 36 miles is probably a half an hour, 45 minutes to get there, if that. And that was computed by doing 50 mile an hour. So anyway, I figured I'd get that there, and then I could take off and head towards Michigan. Well, my estimation was at 400 and whatever it is, 435, I should be there within 8 to 9 hours. So what I was thinking about is get there close within my clock range, which should be easy. If I'm going to be out of there between say 2:30 tomorrow morning, my delivery is not till 5:30 on Tuesday morning, the 5th. That's when my appointment is. So I was thinking maybe I could get all the way up to 9 hours, stay somewhere closer. There's a few truck stops there close by, and park it again and get another fresh 10, and then have a short distance to go to my appointment, and then I'll have enough time on my clock to be able to pick up another load somewhere, maybe local or whatever, and then go on and try to deliver the next load, whichever date that will be, and then I will keep the clock running. Now, I have no problems right now with my 70 clock at all. In fact, right now I'm looking at I got 29 hours flat left on my clock of as right now. Now I will pick up in 2 days, which will be tomorrow and 2 days. I should pick up another 6 hours and 41 minutes. So I'm not worried about the 70 clock. I'm more worried about the normal clock. You know, the 8 hour I'm not worried about. It's the 11 drive and the 14 on duty. So because right now my clock is showing, I've got 7 hours and 53 minutes on my 14, which that's the clock I'm on, and I've got 29 on my deal, and I've already used, well, the 11 hour drive clock is gone because it's 14 hours the lesser of the two. So anyway, I'm figuring if I've got that much time, then I should be able to get my reset prior or at the time I'm getting ready to leave to go to get my 01. Now, that's my biggest dilemma, is figuring this clock thing out. Other than that, I've been making every one of my loads on time, or even getting there before time. That one that I did in, where was it? Oh, I can't even remember. I ended up sitting there for 25 hours in detention. Total detention, 25 hours. And there was two guys there that got their 70 hour reset. They sit there for over 30 some hours. because they just didn't have the personnel to offload trucks. When I got there, they were still offloading trucks from the day before. So, that was kind of a weird situation for me, because I sit there for 20 some hours and I couldn't move because I had this load. But I made it on my time schedule. I just had to sit and wait. So anyway, enough said on that. But anyway, that's where I'm at right now, and I'm asking questions, and if anybody out there, and I know No Hippie Trucking Transportation, Lyle's going to talk to me probably. Kiersey might call me or make a comment. But any of you other people that are out there, out of the 86 subscribers I have that have been driving for a while, I would greatly appreciate any input that I can get and any corrective criticism that I can get. That's just me. I'll take anything. I'm an old guy and I don't care. I mean, you guys have done this. People have been doing this a heck of a lot longer than old Kurt. So I'm going to play the rookie role until I get this thing down pat. But anyway, I just wanted to touch bases with you on that, see if anybody can give me insight. And I would appreciate all the comments. I always appreciate everybody's comment, the positive attitude. I do have a comment to make about the Prime Professional Drivers Facebook page. I have not posted anything on it. I have it. I am a member of it. But the problem I have with that page is every bit of the negativity that I see when someone makes a comment about something. Everybody and his brother's got to say something negative. There's more negative than there is positive, and that's sad. And whoever the moderator of this Facebook page, I don't know who it is, but that boy needs to start cleaning house. People can use corrective criticism to a point, but don't sit there and make stupid comments about stuff that they don't know nothing about. They don't know what the situation of the individual was. I mean, that just irritates the heck out of me. Show a little respect on that page. As far as I'm concerned, I'll never comment. I'll look at them because I just want to see what some people have to say. Because most of the people are either asking questions or they had a situation they were in looking for positive attitude or positive answers, and all they want to get is all the people want to do is ridicule them and belittle them. And that just irritates me to death. Enough said about that. But anyway, I'm doing pretty good out here. My first week is about coming to an end. I've enjoyed it so far. I'm hoping to make more money than my last one was. Of course, I had a lot of stuff taken out of it because I got my truck and everything, but I'm trucking, that's all I can say. And I'm not, and I'm so far so good. There's not been any issues or problems or, critical events, knock on wood, wherever I find it, and we hopefully continue on. I do have issues with this international, and I'm hoping to get some time to go in to get it resolved. For one, my cruise control only goes to 63 miles an hour. And if I'm wrong with that assumption, I'm assuming, or no, I was told, or know that most lease operators, trucks do 65 mile an hour. And I need to get that changed. I was informed that I could probably go back to Prime and have, the maintenance department readjust the governor on this thing. Now, if I'm wrong in assumption, or because I'm a rookie, they only give me 63 miles a day, then I need to know that. But, this thing will only do 63 miles an hour, and it barely seldom gets there if I even use it. Normally, it just sits at about 55 and never goes any further, and it just don't climb. Not like the Pete was. The Pete was, the Pete did what it's supposed to do. It gets 65 mile an hour, and when it's time to climb a hill, it climbed the hill. This one, you got to tell it to climb a hill. And another thing I have a problem with this truck is the engine brake. I don't know what it is, but when I get out of cruise control, like I'm coming into a town or the speed limit is reduced, I'll take it out of cruise control and it'll sit there and not down. It won't do nothing. You put it in engine one, you have to tap the brake first, and then the engine brake starts working. If you don't tap that brake, this is my truck only, if you don't tap the brake, it ain't gonna do nothing. The engine brake don't seem like it wants to work. So I don't know what it is. I tapped the brake just enough to make it react, and it's now working. It works when you go to engine 1, engine 2, whatever. But that don't seem right to me. So if anybody has an International, please advise me of a procedure that can make the engine brake work without having to tap the surface brake. But other than that, this thing it's totally different than that Pete. I mean, I have been able to back with no problems, maybe maybe two pull-ups maximum to put it in a slot. And I mean, the Pete seemed to just kill me trying to get it in somewhere. But the maneuverability of this truck is phenomenal. I mean, I have no issues whatsoever now. I have confidence to backing into spots more than I ever had. There's a couple of brain cramps that I had that it seemed like I was trying to back straight and it kept going left and right all the time for something. I don't know what it was. I think it's because I was taking wider turns thinking I was in the Pete, and I don't have to do that. So anyway, I know I'm ranting, but I just wanted to make some comments and ask questions about the clock and then anything about the International that I'm trying to figure out, because the book is so thick I can't figure it out. And I don't know, today my temperature gauge read 82 degrees, and I was under the impression that the engine shut off will not go off after 80 and will not go off when it gets below 40. Now, with that being said, today was 82 degrees and the engine shut off went off. And on these Internationals, it don't buzz, it don't say a word to you, it don't give you a little down chart like the Pete does. It don't do nothing but just shut off. Now, I know I talked to Kirsty about this, and she told me you can tell the difference by the way the engine sounds. I ain't heard it. Of course, I'm half deaf anyway, so it don't matter. So I don't know what that means, but that's what I thought. The window was 40 degrees and below, it will not shut off. 80 degrees and above, it won't shut off. Well, it shut off at 82 degrees. So someone got a comment on that, let me know. But anyway, I'm getting the corks figured out. I'm learning to, I mean, the driving of the truck is simple to me. I mean, it drives. I'm learning some different things about it. I've used the microwave with the TV on and hooked up to the the microwave, the refrigerator, and the TV are hooked up on a cord strip, and it's plugged directly into the inverter, 1500 watt inverter, and I've had not a problem one. Even my coffee pot works. Now, my assumption is this: when I run the microwave jumps up, and I have the little red thing in the back on the wall that tells you what wattage and what the voltage are on the batteries. What I've seen is that when I run the microwave, it runs up to about 1100 to 1050 to 1100 watts when it's running. Not a problem, because it's in the window. Now, with the refrigerator on and the TV on, it don't even give above 50 watts. But I have yet to hook up my PlayStation, and I've yet to try the air fryer or the electric skillet. And that's going to be an experiment later, because I'm going to cook some chicken breast, seasoned chicken breast, and I'm going to cook that for dinner tonight. I am going to go into Wendy's, which is here, and get me a loaded baked potato to go with it, because I don't have baked potatoes on my truck, which that'll change. I'll have that on there. Or I can do steak fries, which I have in the freezer. I can cook those. But anyway, I'm going to give that a try tonight and see if that really pulls a lot, because I know when we were running on the Pete, Jamal would have me always running the truck when he used the air fryer. Now, that's the problem for me. A buddy of mine that drives, we were Army buddies, he drives out in California, he drives a tanker, and he told me that I could set the cruise on the truck. It's about like how you do when you set the cruise for your when you're waiting for the air to build back up on your trailer and all that before you go check your your weights. Well, this truck will not do that unless somebody can tell me that secret. I tried to get it to set, and like I would do on the Pete, which would work, but it doesn't work on this. You have to actually sit here with your foot on the accelerator to make it work. Now, if someone has a comment on that, I need to know. Tell me some secrets here, folks. I have no idea. It's a whole brand new system. So I don't know if that's going to work for me. That means I have to swivel my chair, sit here at the truck, and then turn the air fryer on and sit here and monitor this thing so it don't shut off and cause everything to shut down. But first thing I'm going to do is try it without the truck and see if the inverter can carry that load. Supposedly, the air fryer is 1,000 watts. The microwave is 1,100 watts. Makes sense because the chart or the screen or LED said that it was between 11 and 1050. And I had no problems. Didn't kick out, didn't do nothing. As long as I don't have everything else running. You know, I can still have the TV running and cook microwave. And I have a plug-in on the other side. I ran another extension over to the other side, but I'm using my individual 500 watt inverter on the cigarette lighter to take care of my computer and my phone when I'm back in the back. But anyway, that's just some of the quirks I'm finding. I'll probably find more quirks. So, but if anybody's got any suggestions, I would greatly appreciate that if you would. But anyway, other than that, enjoying this weather. It's starting to warm up. The trees are starting to bloom. The flowers, the birds, everything is awesome to see. It's going to be a little bit cool up where I'm going in Michigan. Next couple of days at night, about 30 or 35 degrees. Daytime in the 50s. It's been in the 70s here. And I'm still in Indiana. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, I just wanted to touch bases with you all. Talk to you a little bit about what's going on with me. I'm going to continue. I will be posting these pictures. And, of course, if I could, I'd do it on YouTube. But I do have an Instagram account, Strike Rider Trucking, and at Instagram. I have that account if you want to look at it, and I also post them on Facebook. And I have my Facebook account as well. But it's under me, Curtis Barnes. So, you know, just look it up if you're interested and call them or whatever. Follow me, and I'll follow you, and we'll go from there. But anyway, I just want you all to be safe. Be careful out there. Take care of your health. You know, mask up, whatever you got to do to make everybody happy and everybody understand. I understand my wife had told me yesterday that starting next week, some of these restaurants are going to reopen. Some of the places are going to start reopen. Still practice social distancing, but that's what I've understood. You know, I went over here to Pilot, and I was going to go into Denny's because I haven't had my favorite dish, and Jamal knows what I'm talking about, my favorite dish in almost 3 to 4 weeks, and they're closed. It doesn't make any sense. They were doing this, they were open as carry-out, takeout, and they were open. Not here, maybe elsewhere. And we had no problems. California, it was open, and all the other places. You just walked in there, you ordered, you waited, and got it, and walked to your truck. Here, they closed these things down. My wife said, well, some of the states are preventing that from happening. Well, Indiana needs to wake up. You know, everything was fine. Everything was horky-dory. I mean, they took this virus to extremes, I believe. That's my opinion. You know, but it is what it is, and hopefully next week things will start opening back up. But anyway, so I just wanted to touch bases, say hi to you guys. Again, take care of yourselves, be safe out there, be safe on the roads, and continue to remember, we always are driving, and we will be striving for perfection. Okay? Y'all have a great evening. Talk to you later. Bye.